So we're going to vary from script a little bit today. Being in this America's Favorite Teacher competition, contest, sweepstakes, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's been a cool challenge. It's also been sort of awesome to see like who my people are. It's been like who's there to support. I have people like friends, family, Facebook people, random people off the internet, people at my school, students at my school, teachers at my school, um, and you guys here on YouTube. It's been really cool to see just people come together and vote for me. Like I said, this is not a typical live stream that I usually do. I just thought this would be kind of a cool opportunity to just highlight some of the awesome teachers that are in this contest. Now, you have to recognize it's not just me. It's not just the people in my group. It's actually like there are hundreds, possibly thousands of teachers. They really don't tell you how many teachers are in the contest. But there are we started with 90 in my group. Here, as I scroll through the group, you can see it here. The ones that have not made it are grayed out like that. Like they died in the Hunger Games or something. But all in all, I think there were 90 of us. Yeah, between all of these groups, and then they cut out a bunch of us, like 70 from each group. Here, I'll show you the chart. We cut it down to on March 6th, it was just to the top 20, which actually got rid of most of the competition. And then just barely on March 13th, they cut another 5 out. So instead of top 20, now it's top 15. And I've stayed on top the entire time. I attribute that to you guys, just you and your awesomeness, being willing to support me and stuff. I super appreciate that. You guys are awesome. So I'm gonna keep flashing this up every once in a while so you see it. And if you need the QR code, there's also a place right on there for the pinned comment or in the description or on my channel page. There's lots of different places that you can support me. You just click that link or do the QR code and support me right there. So you can see on that list, right? What I think is interesting, and maybe most of the people don't realize this, is that the votes don't reset until the main group voting is done with on April 3rd. So the main kind of checkpoint that I'm looking at right now is this one right here, April 3rd. Once we hit April 3rd, then the votes reset. And if I'm in first place, then we jump into the quarterfinals, and then the semifinals, and then the finals, and then finally the winners are, the one winner is announced. And the final vote doesn't actually happen until May 1st. It's a marathon, not a sprint. They draw it out like it's a reality TV show or something. But eventually, there is only going to be one winner. I hope it's me. That would be awesome. If I win, then I get $25,000 to do with whatever I want with it. I would like to buy a new, more reliable car for my kids. I don't know, new to me, definitely new to me. I look at newer cars and I'm like, man, cars nowadays are like spaceships, right? They've got touch panel, all this. My car is older than my children, older than the kids that I teach at my high school, and so anything would be newer, honestly. But with the $25,000, I would buy a more reliable vehicle for my kids. I thought it would be and a trip to Hawaii, a trip for two to Hawaii. As I'm looking through this, I see a lot of really awesome, people, a lot of teachers that just mean so much to their schools, to their communities, right? Making so much change. I have read through a couple of these profiles. I just thought it would be really kind of fun to read through it with you. Now, there were a couple that I was hoping to do this when there were 20. There are now only 15 in our group. We just, you get busy and things happen. But I thought it would be, kind of a nice honor to all of these people to just sort of understand their background, their profile, their, where they come from and that kind of thing. And so I'm actually going to start even with the people that had to drop out last week. So just a few days ago. All right. So let's just dive in. This is Lisa Smith. She said, I love seeing my students learn and grow. I teach autistic children, and I love these kids. I love teaching them the life skills needed. Awesome. What a champion for those kids. Tell us why you became a teacher. I became a teaching assistant because I love to watch the aha moments students that students get when they finally mastered something on their own, especially the special ed kids. Oh, that's so awesome. I actually love having special ed kids in my class. Some teachers are not willing to accommodate. I will accept them with open arms. It's so fun when I have a kid that maybe I need to accommodate in some ways, but when the light bulb turns on, no matter who it is, when the light bulb turns on, that is just such a special moment. I have worked in special ed half my career, and I love that population best. I even helped coach their unified basketball team. How cool is that? What a hero at her school. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. My most memorable teaching moment was teaching a foreign student how to use money. Okay. He was so excited that he could do it on his own. It was really rewarding. That's awesome. What would you do with the $25,000? I would love to put some of the $25,000 into the classroom so that our students can have newer things to learn from. Nice. I would love to pour it back into my classroom. Very cool. Now, what I think is interesting about some of these contestants, or I don't know what you call them, just they're awesome teachers. Some of them I have found that they are, some of them are, wanting to do personal things. I want to do a personal thing with it. They didn't say you can't do a personal thing with it, so they ask, what are you going to do with the money? And some want to, start programs in their community and stuff like that, and that's an awesome thing. So good on you if you have altruistic motives. Me, I hope that it benefits my kids, maybe indirectly, but how cool are these photos, right? She's helping the basketball team, special ed kids on the basketball team. That's incredible. That's really cool. All right, here. Oh, we hit the button too many times. There we go. So then we'll go to this one. Brianna Brown, placed 19th. Again, the first couple, they dropped out last week, only a couple days ago. Now we're up to the top 15 instead of top 20. I love seeing my students conquer things they felt like they never would. Being able to pour into every student I can bring, that I can, brings me so much joy. How awesome. Let's see. Tell us why you became a teacher. Growing up, I was a great student. I had one particular teacher who poured so much life into me each day. She made sure I had a special relationship with each of her students to ensure we all had what we needed. I wish to be that for my students. I truly appreciate all she did. How cool. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. I'm currently living my most memorable teaching experience. I have always wanted to work at the school I graduated from and give back to the community that has given so much to me. How cool is that? Awesome. I don't live anywhere close to the schools that I went to, but if I lived in my own hometown, it would mean so much to teach at the very same school that I was at. Last year, I was given the opportunity to teach there, and I have loved every moment. I get to work with students of my former peers and teachers who I've looked up to since I was a student here. Nice. What would you do with $25,000? The $25,000, I would start my program for children in the city. I want to help them get experiences that may not otherwise be exposed to. I work hard to provide my own children with these experiences, and I want to share that joy with other children as well. Oh, how neat is that? Brianna Brown. So many good teachers. Just, making a difference in the lives of kids all day, every day. It's just awesome. All right. Next one up. This is number 18. 18th in the group was Ben Glasser. Supporting the school community and student success. Oh, kind of a short bio, this one. Tell us why you became a teacher. to be a leader in education. Tell us your most memorable teaching experience. Coordinating a big move trip for my school. Okay. What would you do with the $25,000? I would probably donate a little to my school and then pay off some credit card debts. Oh, I feel that. It does not feel good to be in credit card debt, does it? Awesome. Got some nice suits. Look at these suits. Can we just appreciate that suit? If it loads, maybe it doesn't load. All right. Well, maybe the from the people that are not in the contest anymore. Can we just appreciate the suit? Looks like a stud. Ben, and I am experiencing all sorts of technical difficulty, looks like. There we go. All right. Next one. Curtis Gordon. I love teaching because it allows me to inspire, guide, and make a lasting impact on students' growth and confidence every day. Amen to that. Oh, no bio for this one. No bio for this one. That's neat. Yeah, I love making an impact on kids' lives. It means so much. All right, Reggie Ochoa. Inspiring curiosity about science, exploring ecosystems, and sparking wonder in possible future scientists. Makes teaching science exciting. That's great. I just recently did a live stream for just like a statewide science fair, like a nationally recognized science fair organization. And it's so neat to see just young minds moldable like that. Just really neat. Tell us why you became a teacher. After years of dedicated research in psychology, neurobiology, and some microbiology, I realized more of a passion was through inspiring the next generation of possible scientists, and at the very least, a generation of more apt critical thinkers, which can change the world for the better. How cool. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. Some of the most memorable moments were from those aha moments. Oh, big time. Student connections and inspiration to do science as a career and success beyond the classroom. An aha moment is experienced every year with all my students, but these moments tend to be priceless and memorable, knowing there's positive impacts being made. The unexpected outreach of older students reaching out, stating they went into STEM careers, was another set of memorable moments, knowing I played even a small role to help. It's so fun to hear back from older students, and they say, "Oh, you're so. I hope you know what I'm doing right now in my life. I'm actually working in, whatever field. I'm working in, I'm a freelance photographer now." Or, gosh, a couple of kids have become YouTubers. A couple of kids have become, color commentators for sports and stuff. And I go, what? Are you kidding? That's amazing. Like I helped open that door. It feels really good as a teacher to be that person that shows genuine interest and can show people a door, that maybe to a pathway you never even considered before. What would you do with the $25,000? $25,000 would be spent on much needed class supplies and materials. Given teachers are vastly underpaid, amen. And with limited budgets and resources, it seems better to pay it forward, knowing the money can go towards much needed supplies to help make my science classes more engaging and more on par with current scientific equipment, microscopes, lab sensors, etc. This would help our school have the much needed advanced equipment that we can all share as science teachers regardless of the content. I love that. Awesome. Well, Reggie, you're doing good things in the world, man. You're doing great. You're still getting votes and still, hopefully still inspiring people. All right, this is Ramat Ullah. Ramat. Teaching is more than just a profession for me. It's a passion that brings immense joy and fulfillment. As a biology teacher, with regards, and then it got cut off. Awesome. Okay. Oh, look at this. He's got a YouTube channel. Maybe we could kind of explore some of these things. Here, we'll open it in a new tab and let it load in the background. Tell us why you became a teacher. I became a teacher because I love sharing knowledge and inspiring young minds. Biology fascinates me, and I wanted to help students see its wonders. From the tiniest cells to vast ecosystems, teaching gives me the chance to make a difference, guiding students to think critically and appreciate life's complexity. Every single one of these people, I go, oh, amen to that. Yeah, I can teach them things, but the main thing is what they get out of it, and maybe it's not the same thing that I taught. Seeing their curiosity grow and helping them succeed is deeply rewarding. Education shapes the future, and I'm proud to be a part of that journey. Regards. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. One of my most memorable teaching moments was when a struggling student finally grasped a complex biology concept. They had difficulty understanding genetics, so I used real-life examples, interactive models, and one-on-one discussions. One day, their eyes lit up with understanding, and they confidently explained the topic to the class. Oh, how neat. That moment reminded me of why I became a teacher, to inspire, support, and witness students unlock their potential. It was truly rewarding. Awesome. That sounds a lot like the moment I shared in that same section. What would you do with the $25,000? If I received $25,000, I would invest it in enhancing my teaching and supporting my students. I'd purchase better lab equipment, interactive models, and technology to make biology more engaging. I'd also fund field trips to nature reserves, research labs, or science museums to give students real-world learning experiences. I love that. Additionally, I'd invest in my professional development by attending workshops or earning certifications to become an even better educator. That's great. Just one picture. All right, and it looks like he has a YouTube channel. That's really fun. That's cool. Look at that. Awesome. 369 subscribers. He is paving the way. That's awesome. Okay, so then we go to Karen Wagoner. I'm not only preparing children for their future, I am helping them become our future leaders. Oh, I agree with that. Kids are the best part of us adults. Everyone is just so well spoken. It's just well said. Well said. Tell us why you became a teacher. I became a teacher to not only instruct the children of tomorrow, but to shape them into wonderful, confident, and independent adults. That is like the word for word, almost word for word. One of you will be my heart surgeon later in life. So you better know how to do this stuff. Not that photography is like heart surgery, but it's like, you're the future of America. It is truly the most rewarding career I have ever done. Let's see. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. My most memorable moment or experience with teaching is watching the students' light bulbs go off when they finally get a concept they have been struggling with for a long time. I was teaching fractions in 5th grade, and one kiddo stood up and exclaimed at the tip of his lungs, "I get it. We are just cutting up pieces of a whole. It makes so much sense now." That is truly what I live for. That's awesome. That's so great. What would you do with the $25,000? I would pay off my student loans and give some of the money back to my school district and community here in Albuquerque. Oh, cool. New Mexico. Actually, not too far. Oh, also, I work at my childhood elementary school as a 4th grade teacher. That's just the cherry on top. That's neat. All right. Well, Karen, is Karen, let's see, is there more than one picture? Is Karen the one on the right or the one on the left? Yep, the one on the right. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Very neat. All right, this one just says Michelle Mead. Cool. Michelle, she's still in the running. She's in 13th place. And as you can see, right, the Time is ticking down. No bio for Michelle, but she looks like a very fun 4th grade teacher. That's great. All right, this is Emily McCarty. She's in 12th place. I love teaching my students how to be creative in the kitchen. Nice. Is she like a family and consumer science teacher? We used to call it home economics. They've changed the name now. Teaching them how to make food and baked goods from scratch. Oh, can I take your class? That sounds great. I became a culinary teacher because I enjoy being in the kitchen, making people happy with what feeds their bodies. I learned everything I know working for my mom in her restaurant. Neat. Getting to teach my students all of the same things is such an experience. I love that. All right, most memorable teaching experience. I have quite a few. My most favorite would be when we had our pasta lesson. My students learned how to make all kinds of pasta from scratch. Ooh, I took a class like that one time when I was in high school. It's just amazing. How to make the dough, roll it, cut it, dry it, and cook it. Listening to them all talk about how fun it was let me know I was in the right place. Yep. So just those satisfying moments let you know you're doing the right thing. What would you do with the $25,000? With $25,000, I would pay off some debt and buy a food truck. Oh, I love that. What a great idea. I've always wanted to have a food truck and travel to different locations and events to see the excitement on people's faces when they try the food. Oh, that's so cool. Nice. Well, my hat's off to you, Emily. That's such a neat, great, great that you teach what you teach and you're inspiring others, and how fun to have this like dream of a food truck. That's so fun. I love it. All right. This is Jennifer Boger. Watching the children learn and grow. I teach for Head Start. Oh, nice. Head Start. It's like underprivileged communities. Let's see. I enjoy bringing experiences to the children that they may not have otherwise. She's number 11 in our group. Tell us why you became a teacher. I have wanted to be a teacher since I was a child. We would play school with my friends. I went into early childhood vocational program in high school and started teaching preschool children while I was in high school. Neat. We have a similar program in our high school, early childhood education, and they actually bring preschool kids into the school environment, and then you teach those kids at a high school level. It's neat. I have worked in a variety of settings with children, from childcare, after school latchkey programs, Catholic school, and Head Start. I love seeing the children get a concept. They're so excited to learn and explore. Every day is a different experience. I've had many memorable experiences as a teacher. My favorite recent experience was being invited to a baby shower for a former student from 1998. Wow. He was in my Head Start class when he was 4, and now having his first child at age 30. That's so special. That's really neat. My favorite thing is making a school family every year. It is an amazing feeling when you are remembered and thought of so many years later. That's neat. You may know you made an impact on your students. Definitely. I would use the money to take my family on a vacation and get caught up on bills. I would save some money for summer spending. In my position as a Head Start teacher, we get laid off for the summer. Oh, it's not a full year contract. That's a terrible feeling. So I always feel like I am catching up on bills throughout the school year. I would use most of the money as a summer savings to not fall behind in the upcoming school years. Wow. Awesome. We got two photos. Well, that's so neat. So many inspiring teachers. All right. This is Shannon Stapleton. She's in 10th place in our group. I love to see my kiddos learn and get excited about something when they learn a new concept. That aha moment is a beautiful thing to see. Do you see a pattern here? There's a pattern. So many aha moments. That's great. Tell us why you became a teacher. I knew I wanted to become a teacher when I was in the 3rd grade. I had many great teachers in my life that inspired me, and they helped mold me to be the teacher I am today. They taught me how to teach with fun and excitement and have passion in teaching. I had a group of 4 K children, I guess kindergarten children, that I had been teaching basic Spanish to, and they had been working on Spanish words for colors. They were getting very good at naming their colors in Spanish, and they asked one day if they could do a lesson on their own without my help. Oh, cool. I was so proud of them that they knew the words so well on their own and that they wanted to show me how well they knew them. That's so neat. What would you do with $25,000? I would use it to pay off some debts I have and to be able to invest in some new games and puzzles for my classroom. Cool. Cool. Just that one photo. Awesome. Shannon. I feel like I missed a bio. Hold on. Let me go back. I feel like I missed. Oh, she just didn't have one at the top. Okay. That's all right. I feel like I missed one. All right. This is Raven Coach. Is that how you pronounce it, Coach? I love teaching because I love the aha moment. All of us. I love watching a student go from productive frustration to making new understandings. Yeah, the productive struggle is so valuable. I became a teacher to make a difference in the community. I wanted to be able to be there for my students the same way my teachers were there for me. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. My most memorable teaching experience was when I decided to switch my passion from the 4th grade classroom to art. Cool. There's a couple of art teachers among us here. We'll see a couple coming up pretty quick. It has been a while teaching art that I have been able to meet students where they are and foster their creative spirit. Love it. With the $25,000, I could finally pay off my student loans. With a family of 5 children of my own, that would make a huge difference. Absolutely. She looks like a fun teacher. I would love taking a class from her. It would just light up, I'm sure. Okay, currently 8th place. This is Miguel Guzman. It is hard work to be a teacher/leader, and our youth need to see a teacher like myself to understand they have a future and we care. Great. What a platform to show people you care. Tell us why you became a teacher. When I was a child, I felt that I had a calling to be a teacher. Many of my own teachers nurtured me to reach that goal. I felt I had what it took to help the young be successful in life with the basics. When I was a student teacher, I created curriculum for the Harry Potter series that weren't always welcomed by many, but with the help of the teachers and principal, my lessons invigorated the whole school. I remember reading this one a couple weeks ago. I thought that was neat, a whole Harry Potter series. What would he do with the $25,000? Probably pay off some debt I am in need of. I also play the role of a landlord. Recently, there have been some catastrophic issues that impacted my finances from the day there were fires and the winds began. Oh, is he in California maybe? That's wild. All right. Very cool. Miguel Guzman. Yeah, those fires impacted so many people. So many people. All right, this is Marilyn Pearson, Carolina. Teaching high school biology is never boring. I truly have fun learning with my kids. Teaching keeps me young, humble, and curious. Awesome. She kind of reminds me of our former drama teacher. Just her face. All right. She's put her Facebook on there. Tell us why you became a teacher. My mom often told me to look into teaching. She claimed I have a gift for explaining without being condescending. People have told me that before too. But I was an animal lover, a future veterinarian. I didn't feel drawn to teach. I volunteered at a zoo and was offered a summer job at zoo camp. Ooh, I'd love to go to zoo camp. The preteen campers challenged me and confided in me. We laughed and learned together, and my destiny became clear as I shared my passion for animals, science, and nature. As usual, Mom was right. Moms are always right. I shared pictures of my eco club at their Earth Day event, working in our gardens and beekeeping. Last year, a student did an amazing water quality project using the stream on campus. Check out the students engaged in labs, dissections, and studying fruit fly genetics. That's interesting. It's very, very deep into biology. I love that. I'm so proud of the fruit fly team. Last year, she was suspended for fighting, and he lacked confidence, and now they are budding scientists. Isn't that amazing? I've had students I actually have a student like that right now that some of the other teachers were like, oh, he's a tough one. But I had him in class. I have him in class right now, and he's a joy. Oh, my gosh, he's an absolute joy in my class. Does every assignment, answers questions, engages in discussion, and I'm like, this isn't the same kid they were talking about. All right. With the $25,000, rising grocery prices and utility rates have impacted us financially. We can't seem to get ahead. Our home needs repairs, including a bathroom sink and a washing machine. To catch up on bills and fix our home would be amazing. We would also love to finish fencing our yard to keep our children, dogs, and chickens safe. Oh, they have chickens. Cool. Adding a compost bin and more raised beds to the garden would help us be more sustainable and self-sufficient. Oh, and she has lots of photos. Oh, how fun are these? It's not even just photos of herself. These are her kids working, creating, garden beds and, her watershed project. Are they beekeeping? Oh, how neat is that? They're beekeeping. Oh, this is neat. That's great. Very cool. That's Marilyn. All right. In sixth place in our group is Brianna Del Buono. Did I say that right? Del Buono. I love teaching because I get to make an impression on my students. They won't remember the lessons. They'll remember how you treat them. Yep. I totally agree. Absolutely. All right. Brianna says, ever since I was a little girl, I used to line up my dolls and pretend they were my students. That's great. I would enroll them in class and even assign grades to them. I have always envisioned myself as a teacher and adored school from the moment I entered. I always wanted to touch the lives of students in ways my own teachers touched my life. Every one of us had an inspirational teacher that motivated us, that helped us, that inspired us. I knew that I'd be a teacher from early on, and while it has its challenges, it always does, it's been the only career I've ever felt at home. Memorable teaching experience. One of my significant accomplishments as a teacher, 5K. Oh, wow. Kids running a 5K, like a marathon, in September 2019. I organized transportation, contacted parents, set up a fundraiser platform, helped facilitate the creation of signs, and ensured all students, staff and students who attended ran the 5K did so safely. Cool. This experience allowed me to bond over a great cause with students in ways I never knew was possible. With the $25,000 winnings, it would be hard not to give back to my school in some way. I'd ideally like to start an English language learner meet and greet program where students of different backgrounds could get together with their parents and guardians to connect over shared values and different values. Cool. That's awesome. Students who identify as English language learners, right, ELLs, would be able to obtain resources in their home language as well as meet other English language learner students. That's neat. Let's see. Has she put multiple photos? Just a couple of photos. That's neat. This is Christian Wedig. I am a teacher and a coach. I try to be as involved with shaping and encouraging students and kids to grow and succeed. Number 5 in our group. Tell us why you became a teacher. I made the choice to become a teacher early in high school. It's something I grew up knowing as my dad was a teacher as well. It was instilled in me early on how much being a teacher and role model for the younger generation can make an impact. I believe there's not a better feeling than running into students years after they've graduated high school to remember you and tell you stories they remember about your classroom. Totally. Oh, that's so neat. I live in my neighborhood, like the school neighborhood. We live within boundaries, and I'll see former students in the checkout line. I'll see former students at the grocery store, like just all over, like at the park or something. And it's so fun to catch up with them. And they go, I still take photos. I still shoot in manual exposure. I still, to hear that I inspired them to continue doing what they're doing, right? It's really neat. The most memorable teaching moment of my career thus far, was having a student tell teachers in my department, but are in AP US History, that remember certain things they learned in my freshman world history course that carried over, and being told from one student how much my class made them love history and social studies, and he also now wants to be an education major as well. That's cool. If you don't mind, I take a break here. I just realized I'm in a green. There we go. It's a little chilly today, but I realized that I was committing the cardinal sin of green screens, of having a chroma key green hoodie or pullover on while I'm in front of a screen. That's kind of funny. Well, you live and learn, right? What would you do with $25,000? I would love to pay off my student loans so I can begin to save more for my family to start the process of buying a house closer to my school. Neat. Another option would be to donate to our athletics and improve our weight room in our school and promote physical activity and cohesiveness of sports and academics, and how it can shape your future in the long run. That's cool. That's cool. Some people, as I read their, what would you do with $25,000? I go, shouldn't that be an expense that your school district covers, or maybe there's a budget for that? I hate the idea of teachers putting their personal funds, their own money, that hard-earned money, into their own classroom. I mean, hopefully there's a budget for that kind of thing, but oftentimes, sadly, there's not. And we find ourselves putting in our own personal money to make the teaching experience awesome, the learning experience awesome for our kids. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often. All right, currently 4th place. This is Marianne Tenney. She said, I love teaching because I inspire growth, spark curiosity, and help students build confidence to reach their full potential. Awesome. Why you became a teacher? I became a teacher because I believe every child deserves to feel confident, capable, and inspired in their learning. I know how much a supportive, engaging classroom can shape a student's mindset, and I wanted to be the kind of teacher who makes the difference, not just in academics, but in how a kid sees themselves. Oh, amen to that. It's not just about what you learn; it's about how you feel about yourself too. Those kids, it's so important. Their social emotional learning is so. We talk about it, but like actually implementing things that help kids, become better, become more confident and love themselves. I love that. I love creating lessons that spark curiosity, meeting students where they are, and helping them push past challenges. Watching a student's confidence grow is one of the best rewards. No doubt about that. One of my most memorable moments was with a student who struggled with math and believed he just wasn't a math person. During a small group, I used a real-world example from his favorite video game. Slowly he engaged, and suddenly his eyes lit up. Wait, I get it. From that moment, his attitude shifted. He still faced challenges, but he no longer saw them as impossible. It reminded me why I teach. Not just to teach content, but to help kids see their own potential. That's neat. What would you do with $25,000? With $25,000, I would invest in my family's future, starting or adding to my kids' college funds. Nice. Planning a memorable family trip, or upgrading our home to create a more comfortable space. I could also use it for experiences that bring us closer, like special outings or activities that support my kids' passions. See, this is good. This is good. This is what you use the money for. Whether saving for their future or making lasting memories now, I'd want to use the money in a way that strengthens our family and brings us joy. She has got a good head on her shoulders. That's awesome. What a big smile, too. Marianne. Okay. And this is Elizabeth Watkins. Teaching elementary art these past 8 years has been a joy. Watching kids explore creativity and discover their potential is truly inspiring. Awesome. She's currently third. Used to be second. I'm surprised. I was surprised to see her drop to third instead of second. Tell us why you became a teacher. I became a teacher to inspire creativity in children, helping them express themselves and see the world in new ways. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. A student once told me they weren't good at art. Right? We read just one another earlier that said, I'm just not a math person, right? But after experimenting with different materials, they created a piece that won in an art show. Cool. I always love those kids that are like, well, I don't really do photography. And then they, win an award in the art show. And they're like, whoa, maybe I can do this. That's such a great feeling. Seeing their confidence grow and their pride in their work was unforgettable. What would you do with the $25,000? I'd invest in better art supplies for my students and create a community program that makes art accessible to all kids. Awesome. And she has got quite a few photos. That's awesome. So this is Elizabeth. Okay. And then second place is Kiki Powell. I love to spread my aloha with my students and everywhere I go. She looks like a fun teacher, doesn't she? Teaching is about making fun and creative, unique learning experiences. Now she's got an Instagram, and as far as I know, I've been there before, but she's got a couple of thousand Instagram followers. So does that give her a leg up in the competition? I don't know. Tell us why you became a teacher. I have a love for learning and want to share that passion with their students, maybe my students. I feel a strong desire to make a positive impact on their students' lives and contribute to their future success. I want to inspire and motivate students to pursue their dreams and reach their full potential. The opportunity to connect with students and foster a supportive learning environment can be a significant motivator. Teaching allows for creativity. Cool. I was trying to understand that first line. She says, I have a love for learning and want to share that passion with their students. They mean like her students, her own students? Celebrating diverse cultures within the classroom can create a rich learning experience where students learn from each other's backgrounds, fostering respect and understanding. Yeah, remember when I was a kid, they taught tolerance, and I was like, we got to do more than just tolerate each other, right? It's deeper than that. Foster a supportive learning environment that can be a significant motivator. That's what she said above. I love embracing all the different cultures in my classroom and having students bring those traditions to the classroom. Nice. Everyone comes at life with their own flair, their own understanding of life, their own traditions, and we should, embrace that cultural difference and all those different, differences, linguistic differences and stuff. It shouldn't separate us. It should bring us together. What would you do with $25,000? I would go on a retreat to be rejuvenated over the summer. I want to design and fund outdoor classrooms or gardens, cool, that promote hands-on learning experiences in nature, encouraging environmental stewardship and creativity. Invest in upgrading classroom technology such as interactive whiteboards, projectors, or software that enhances learning and engagement. Organize educational field trips that expose students to real-world experiences related to their curriculum, broadening their understanding. That's cool. Kiki just looks like a fun teacher. How fun would that be to be part of her classroom? Oh my gosh. 22 Reasons We Love Mrs. Powell. Dressed up as a highlighter. Dressed up on Groundhog Day. Oh, he's going to show you too. She has quite an Instagram following. So she has somewhere to the tune of 24,000 followers on Instagram. And she hasn't posted anything about this contest specifically, but I wonder if she did, if she'd leave me in the dust because she's got so many followers. She's great. All of these teachers, I would just love to be a student in their class, right? Miss Powell, Elizabeth, the art teacher, just really cool. All right. Well, I said I'd read all 20, so here's mine. KirkHMiller. Yet again, here's that aha part. I live for those aha moments. When I see kids take genuine interest in the things I'm passionate about, I know I'm doing something right. That's great. Tell us why you became a teacher. I had many great teachers when I was in school. I looked up to them because they sparked a sincere interest in me because of their drive and their excitement. When choosing my own profession, I wanted to be that mentor that helped open doors for kids to discover the potential in their futures. Let me teach you, I'll give you the director's cut of this. I was not going to be a teacher. I was going to be a music major. And it was about halfway through my freshman year in college, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right at all. And I actually got the chance as like a job. I had to work to afford college and support a young budding family. I actually became the para-educator in a kindergarten class, and it just opened my eyes. I was like, this is awesome. I would love to be in a classroom all day, every day. Fast forward a couple years, and I was a substitute teacher, and I got to see sort of what it was like in every class, right? K through 4. It was just like I get to play with little kids all day. It was amazing. Open their eyes all day. High school kids, right? It was just like I could get to them on their level, and I could help inspire them with something awesome. Once I was pretty far into kind of choosing my career and stuff, it was a no-brainer, right? Was I going to be a music major? No, I can just be a musician. I don't need to be a music major. I could just play music on the side, just for fun. And that's really what it is. It's not a chore. It's a joy, I look forward to. Tell us about your most memorable teaching experience. A really satisfying light bulb moment just recently happened. I was teaching exposure to my photography class, like letting the right amount of light into a camera. It's the core of the class. Like everybody needs to know how to do that. So students really need to understand it. One girl was not understanding it. And then on the second day of the lesson, I showed it in a more hands-on way with cameras in hand. And she said, I didn't get it before, but it just clicked, right? It was just one of those moments that like, aha, the light bulb turned on. And I love those moments. I live for those light bulb moments. What would you do with the $25,000? Now, I have to admit, some of these people, I think it's very, very courageous to say, oh, I'm going to start a community art program or a community garden or, new science supplies or this and that. My school is luckily pretty well funded. And anything we need, there's a community foundation that donations can come in over the course of years, and we have this coffer of money, and our specifically our district, the program that I'm under is very well funded, so it's a good thing. I'm very fortunate, super fortunate, that I don't have to put my own personal money into my classroom. I am able to support the kids and their knowledge and my equipment and upkeep and stuff with just simply the purchasing card that I have, and I do get money each year to maintain my classroom. I'm super fortunate, where I know absolutely thousands and thousands of teachers take money right out of their own wallets and do things for their classroom. So it's super, it's heartbreaking actually to see teachers take their own money and put it towards their own classroom. But I think it's very commendable, to want to put that money in. I just really wish that every school district had the funding to just do, everything that every teacher ever desired. But I know that's not the reality. So knowing that I'm in that place and I can, use like school funds to do what I do, my purpose for the $25,000 would not go to the school. It would maybe indirectly, help my school, but it would definitely be for my personal kiddos, right? It would not be for the kids I teach at school. It would be for my own family. I have been needing a more reliable vehicle for my family, and the financial assistance would be a huge help in getting a newer, more reliable family car. If there's some left over, I would also love to buy new cymbals for my drum set. So first off, the family car. My car, bless its heart, is older than my own children. It's older than the kids I teach in school, and I teach high school, so you can do the math. It's a pretty old car, but there are parts of it that are just simply falling apart. When I make a turn, you can hear like a clicking sound, and you used to have an electronic door. You push the button, the door opens, and that snapped, and just thing after thing after thing. And I'm like, okay, we need a new car. It's time. And a bump of $25,000 would absolutely help that. And, I kind of mean this kind of tongue-in-cheek joking, but if there was some left over, I would love to buy some new cymbals for my drum set. Let's scroll down to my pictures here. And I did post a couple of fun pictures just for you to get a little flavor of who I am, what I do. This one right here, this is a classic old photo that I took as an example for my Photo 2 class. I was teaching them 3-point lighting, talking about, illuminating the key light and the background and the backlight and the fill light. And I was just like, yeah, I'll just, snap this picture. I think I put it on a timer or something. And it just so happened to be this like stunning photo. And I'm like, okay, we'll use that for everything. And I really do. I use it for just about everything. It's just a really, really good photo that I use pretty constantly for lots of different things. This is a photo shoot that my band was in, I want to say August of last year. Yeah, so it's been almost a full year, this photo session. And, of course, in that photo, it's just me. But I didn't want to post a photo of, like, the whole band. I really just wanted to, it's not to be, like, whatever. It's all about me. It's all about me. But just for whatever, privacy, whatever you want to call it. I really just wanted to have a photo of me. And this is one of my favorites in that photo session. I have a couple of really fun favorite ones. In fact, this photo right here, I've used many, many times as an example for, in my Photoshop unit, I have them create a magazine cover. And of course, I have to do one too to show them how to do it, where the tools are and stuff. And so I use specifically this photo over and over and over of me being in a, in a band, and I'm on the cover of a magazine. This is a neat photo, so you kind of get a little bit of flavor of what my studio looks like. So I actually have two different classrooms. I have my computer lab, and the computer lab also has a very decently sized portrait studio. That's what you saw with the white background. Or I can switch it to black or whatever color. And then I also have a little recording booth that kids can do voiceovers and podcasts and freestyle rap. They do all sorts of things in that space. But my other room is something that is kind of my brainchild. I built this TV broadcast studio about, I want to say like 8 years ago now. It's been a while. And for a long time, it was just a control room on one side and a studio on the other side with like a curtain behind the desk. I got this desk at it was just on a online classifieds, and someone was giving it away for free. And I built this sort of platform. You can see the carpet. The carpet was actually torn out of my in-laws' house. Like, it's all just, find and grab kind of stuff. And then during COVID, we're all sitting there in our classrooms and answering emails on Canvas, and there's a lot of downtime. And I had always sort of wanted to upgrade that studio space. And so you can see there's a video on my YouTube channel if you want to go see that. But I've always wanted my studio space to have a little more like professional look. And so I ran to, Home Depot, and I got all of the different tools and different equipment that I needed and the lumber and stuff. And I built this studio from scratch. It was just sort of this kind of brainchild that I came up with. And then you see like the squiggles behind me. That is because a kid, we were actually, again, in my Photo 2 class, we were learning how to do long exposures, specifically this really fun thing called light painting. And light painting, you're letting light into the camera, but the light doesn't stay there long enough that you see a person if they're moving. And so you can paint with a flashlight or paint with really anything that emits light and moves, a car headlight going by or that kind of thing. And I painted this one, or a kid painted it, and somebody hit the button. So this was not just me. This was a group effort to make this one happen. But it turned out really, really neat. I love this photo. I absolutely love this photo. And then this one, I kind of put that on as a joke. I took this photo only a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. Just kind of goofing around in the studio, showing the kids like the difference in lighting and what lighting could do. You notice it's on a black background instead of a white background. And so we were just using like a one key light instead of, a fill light and a backlight. I was like, what about just one light? And we ended up, I took this really goofy one on a timer, and I was like, oh, that kind of works, giving a funny face. Love doing funny faces. Anytime a kid sticks a camera in my face, I make a silly face. And then this one is at practice. So we were playing, every once a week I go I go to my, to the singer's house, and we set up and we play. And you can see, I said, I want new cymbals. Each of my cymbals are different brands. It's a first world problem to have different cymbals. They sound great, but it would be so nice if my ride cymbal was not shaped like a taco, right? It's not like bent sideways. And if they were all kind of the same branding, the same sound, or the same like family of sounds. Anyway, so that's my first world problem that I hope to overcome with these $25,000. I would love a newer car, and hopefully some new cymbals for my drum set. All right. Well, if you found this enjoyable, give it a like. Subscribe. On my channel, I post all sorts of things like tech tutorials and how-to videos, lots of different things. And then lately, I have been doing a daily live stream of the New York Times puzzles. If you love playing the New York Times puzzles, I do a weekly broadcast of that pretty much right after school every day. Sometimes I miss, right? It's all right if I miss a day or something. Maybe my kids are doing something and I need to be there. So different things that I have to do throughout the day. So sometimes I miss, but most of the time we do the connections puzzle, we do the mini crossword, we do the Wordle, we do the strands puzzle, and we do the letterbox puzzle. And if you've never played those, you can also jump on and I teach you how to play them as well. So as you can see, time is ticking away. Let's go back to this one real quick. Time is ticking away on that clock, on that counter for specifically this round. You can see that we did awesome in the top 15 round. There are only 15 of us, and they are going to cut 5 more down on March 20th, which today is the 16th. So in 4 more days, they're going to cut out 5 more people out of the group, and then there will just be the top 5. And then on April 3rd, only one winner advances. Now, this wild card round is sort of like a Cinderella story. They take all the second place votes, and one of those people gets to go with all of the first place votes. So that's kind of neat. The wild card round, and then quarterfinals, semifinals. Now, each of those, once all the groups are combined together, the votes reset every time. But right now, where we're in individual groups, each of those there's a winner from each of those, and the votes carry over. That's what I'm trying to say. The votes carry over. So if you voted on the first day and you're like, oh, I forgot to vote again, that's okay. They still count. They still count until April 3rd. And then if I'm first there, then now I jump in and I am in the quarterfinals. And then, yes, they do reset the votes. They reset the votes there. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for helping me out with getting as far as I have. Let me leave that QR code up there. You can also vote in the description. There's a pinned comment. There's a link in my channel page, lots of different places. But if you would, cast your vote. You can cast a daily vote, one free daily vote. I know that you can also buy votes, but this is not pay to win. I think slow and steady wins the race. I would much rather just each day, maybe set a reminder for yourself and then just do a free vote, right? One free vote every day. Slow and steady wins the race. So, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream. I thought it was really special to read the bios of each of these really just amazing teachers, from a family and consumer science, kitchen, culinary teacher, multiple art teachers. There's elementary school teachers. There's, middle school teachers. There's high school teachers, and so many just make an impact on kids every single day. And I just think that's so inspirational. So thanks for a great stream. And if you found value in this, like it and share. I hope to do this if I make it to the to the main group as well. I want to do a whole group reading, and it may take hours. I don't know how many people are going into the final qualifier. We'll have to see how many people there are there. But you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.